that
Oh,
works.
I like
All right.
it a lot.
Okay. All right, moving on.
Hey, what about Tulip?
Here we are on MovieWeb.com. Stephen King's Salem's Lot reboot confirmed for theatrical release this fall. And that is good news for people who are excited about this movie and want to go see it in its full theatrical glory.
Yep.
As I said before, this reboot will be based on the 1979 American television miniseries, the famous character Mr. Barlow. So, yeah, that character terrified me. When I saw this movie as a child, that character absolutely scared the bejesus out of me. Let's get into this article from MovieWeb and see exactly what they're talking about. The latest adaptation of Stephen King's classic vampire novel will be hitting cinemas this fall with a confirmed September release. This was published 12 hours ago by Anthony Lund. Here we go, a still from the original. While Stephen King fans are yet to see any footage from the latest adaptation of Salem's Lot, the movie has landed itself a release date of September 9th exclusively in cinemas and not on HBO Max as originally expected. The classic tale of vampires taking over a small town is one of King's best-known works and has already been adapted for television twice, once in 1979 in the best-known version directed by Tobe Hooper and starring David Soul, and again in 2004 starring Rob Lowe and Donald Sutherland. The latest iteration will be the first time the story has been produced for a big screen release. Now, I did not see the 2004 release of this. Vaguely aware of its existence, but not enough to, be able to pull the information right off the top of my head. But Tobe Hooper famously directed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and from all accounts did a wonderful job with the original Salem's Lot. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to see. According to a new report by Bloody Disgusting, the long in production movie of Salem's Lot will arrive this fall, and considering the number of delays and changes that the project has gone through, it will come as a relief to King's fans that the date seems to be holding. The biggest surprise is that the movie will actually be heading to theaters ahead of a release on HBO Max after 45 days. With so many movies being made for the streaming platform, it was previously believed that Salem's Lot would be debuting on the streaming platform rather than the big screen. And that's the problem with a lot of these movies now, is they're going right to the streamer, which doesn't give them a chance to breathe cinematically and, collect the dollars from the box office and, reach a wider audience who may not have the streaming service, because with the proliferation of streaming, there is so many services, it's hard to subscribe to everything that you want. It's not about... It used to be people subscribed to streaming services when they first became more prevalent, in the mainstream, to save money on, a cable or a satellite bill. And now it's like everything is so spread out across so many different streaming services, you almost have to spend just as much for streamers as you did for a cable or satellite bill, which really defeats the purpose of the saving money reason for getting all the streaming services. But sometimes there's exclusive shows that are only available on streamers, and to see this get a cinematic release, for me anyway, I'll probably go see it. If it holds, I'll go see this. It's been a while since I've been to see a good horror movie in a theater. I can't even recall the last one. The last good one I went to see in a theater. The only two A Quiet Place 2... that toes the line between science fiction and horror, to where I wouldn't it is a measure of horror, but this is vampires, this is horror, and I want this to be good. I want it to go well because I'm a fan of vampires. I'm not not a huge fan. I would call myself more of a fan of the zombie genre, and that gets a lot of heat now because of The Walking Dead and them stretching that out, and everybody's tired of post-apocalyptic zombie stuff, and I understand that. I absolutely do. That's why I think this will kind of be a breath of fresh air if it's done properly. Let's go back over here to the article. For many years, Stephen King movies were either exceptionally good or extremely bad, but over the last decade, with a couple of misfires, fans of Stephen King have been treated to some of the most successful adaptations of the author's work that have ever come to screen. These have included Pet Sematary, the two-part It and It Chapter 2, Gerald's Game, with a Firestarter remake also coming this May, and many other adaptations being developed for both TV and film releases. I don't like It. I'm not a fan of It. I've seen the original one, never seen either of the reboots, nor will I watch them. Pet Sematary, didn't see it, was aware they rebooted it, but had no desire to watch a reboot of that. Gerald's Game, never seen that one. Firestarter, I will probably wait for a release on that on either DVD, Blu-ray, or a streaming service that I have, so I can check that out. I remember the original Drew Barrymore. I think it was her, and I want to say George C. Scott played the villain in that. You know, I understand she starts fires with her mind, but anything else in that I don't really remember, because it's been years and years since I watched it. Salem's Lot will be a faithful adaptation of King's novel. Salem's Lot comes with some solid credentials when it comes to the creative team behind the movie. Saw director James Wan is on board as producer, promising to bring plenty of ominous darkness and scary moments to the film, while Gary Dauberman, who brought the highly successful It movie to the big screen, has written the screenplay and directs the film. In front of the camera, the film doesn't necessarily have all the big names, but with young up-and-coming stars like Lewis Pullman, Mackenzie Lee, alongside well-known faces such as Game of Thrones alum Pilu Asbeck and William Sadler, who has already tasted the world of Stephen King and The Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile, the movie has a strong cast. Shawshank Redemption and Green Mile are two of the best movies ever made. Shawshank especially. I remember seeing that in the theater. That is a absolutely phenomenal movie with all the rewatchability you could hope for. The Green Mile is the same way. The late Michael Clark Duncan was wonderful in that, as well as, you know, Tom Hanks and the rest of the cast. I said William Sadler was in it, so I like William Sadler. I think he's playing Mr. Barlow in the new Salem's Lot, so that'll be interesting. Salem's Lot has featured in King's novels in many ways, with characters from the novel returning in his Dark Tower books, and the town of Jerusalem's Lot being the basis for the second season of Hulu's TV series Castle Rock and the epic series Chapelwaite. With just 5 months until the version of Salem's Lot hits cinemas, it shouldn't be too long before we get a first trailer and a first look at what new terror the film will bring within this fall. So there you have it. Not a ton of information about the movie. We got a few casting decisions, and we have a release date of September 9th. So I'm kind of excited for this. If this is something you guys are interested in, I really want to know in the comment section below. You know, this is one of my favorite genres. I love horror movies. So I'm hoping that this will be a faithful adaptation to the book, because that's going to bring in a new audience who are going to appreciate it that much more. You know, obviously, you can't interpret an entire novel correctly within the time constraints that a studio's put on most movies. And for audience retention purposes, you know, you don't want to make your movie too long, because then it loses people. There are certain instances where having a 3-hour runtime can work to the benefit of the movie, but there's also times where it serves as a liability to a film's rewatchability. Spider-Man No Way Home, you know, long runtime, great movie, a lot of rewatchability. Scarface was the same way. That's almost a 3-hour, I think 2 hours and 58 minutes, and I've watched that movie over probably 50 times. And there's many others too numerous to mention, but I don't want to get into all that right now. Salem's Lot, as I said, I have a nice level of anticipation for this movie. I'm really interested in see what they do with the first trailer. You're about, we're roughly 4.5 months out from this movie's release, so it's gonna be time to drop a trailer here soon, or at least give us some images to, you know, pontificate upon as we move forward towards September 9th. And I don't want to burn through the summer, but like I said, this will be one movie this fall that I am very, very much looking forward to seeing, and I hope you are. Let me know in the comments below. Do all the YouTube things, not just for me, but for your other favorite YouTubers as well, as we greatly appreciate it in combating YouTube's algorithms and whatnot. And I'm not just saying that, I'm saying that because it's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much. Folks, kazoos are here. I just got the shipment of decals in for the kazoos. They will be sent out soon. Channel members, my kazooians, send me your shipping information in form of a DM on Twitter, or you can email me at the channel. The place to be reviews at mail.com, the world's best mail. That's how you can reach out, get your kazoo. If you want one and you're a channel member, great. If not, you know, if you don't want something shipped to you, that's absolutely fine. I can promise you I won't be sending you a cornucopia of mail. All I will be sending you is your kazoo. So that's it, folks. Channel memberships are open. If you want to join, fine. If not, there's tons of free content, live streams. You know, we do 8 a month. The main streams Monday and Wednesday night. We have 2 1-hour-long member streams, pre-shows, before the main shows. That's 8 member streams a month. Members get access to exclusive content and early releases. So there you go, ladies and gents. I'm Temple Queen of the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of you. And if I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll catch you on the next one. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot to tell you. Do you want to send us stuff? Because this is how you send us stuff. We have a P.O. Box now. That's right. P.O. Box 924, Prudenville, Michigan 48657. If you have anything you'd like to send in to the Place to Be Reviews, that's where it goes, and that's where your packages will be coming from as well when I ship things out to you, my Kazooians.